So, as you all know, the midterms are coming up this year. We have an important midterm election coming up. And if you were thinking about, sitting this one out, possibly for one reason or another, I think this video will most certainly encourage you to get up and make sure that you participate in this upcoming midterm election. Now, we are going to be taking a trip to our neighbors up north, okay? Yes, the country of Canada. Yeah, right on our border, not very far away. And we're going to be talking basically about the Democrat Party of Canada, because that's the party that's in control of Canada right now, and what they are attempting to do, and what they are going to do very, very soon. And don't mistake it for it simply just being Canada, thinking that it won't happen here. Because these guys are all the same. Remember, they all go to the same conferences, in Davos and whatnot, and all congregate. Okay, so they all have the same ideas. So don't think, Rich, that's Canada. First off, it's our neighbor. Second, it most certainly can happen here if we let it. Now, let's hop on into this news report. Check it out.
Limited buy-in for the federal gun buyback program, a shortfall Prime Minister Mark Carney acknowledges.
It's not as high as the estimates. There's obviously a gap there.
Canadian gun owners had until March 31st to get cash for turning in their recently banned assault-style firearms. Some 50,000 have been declared so far. Ottawa expected 136,000. The program was launched in 2020 after a mass shooting in Nova Scotia left 22 people dead and prompted calls for greater gun control. Since then, Ottawa has banned more than 2,500 guns. Quebec MP and École Polytechnique shooting survivor Natalie Provost blamed the Conservatives for the low uptake.
People who would have liked to register are not because they are confused.
Our Conservative approach is to lock up criminals, secure our borders, and leave our hunters, sport shooters, and farmers to live their lives lawfully.
Legal gun owners say they're being unfairly targeted, while multiple police services across the country are refusing to participate, pointing to a lack of resources. And Alberta and Saskatchewan introduced legislation blocking it altogether.
The government never actually had the intention of collecting firearms from people. The bans were largely political, and the minister admitted as much.
Last fall, the public safety minister was caught on an audio recording, casting doubt on the program and suggesting it could gain Liberal votes in Quebec.
Right, and this is something that very much a big deal for many of the Quebec electorate that voted for us.
Yeah, so they wanted to do a buyback, and very few people actually participated in that said buyback. As a matter of fact, reports show that roughly 97.5%, almost 98% of Canadian gun owners refused to comply. Refused. Yeah, almost 98% of Canadian gun owners refused. Not complied, but refused to comply. Utterly embarrassing stuff. Utterly embarrassing. And as you heard there, caught on camera, caught on mic, right? Basically saying, hey, this will help us politically if we try to do something like this. So not only is this absolutely scary, okay, de-arming their own citizens, but then also the guy doesn't even really necessarily believe in it. He's just doing it, or they're just doing it for political purposes. Doesn't that just sound like the Democrat Party here? Doing things just for political gain? I think so. It is such a joke, this whole program, that I want to read something from this article here. It says Liberals plan to buy back 136,000 banned guns. Fewer than half that were declared. David Hicks has been trying to get rid of his father's rifle, but hasn't had much luck, telling the federal government that. It's very frustrating, said the Ottawa man. If they're going to do it, they need to do it properly. Executor of his father's estate, Hicks has been trying to declare the semi-automatic firearm he inherited with the Liberal government's banned gun compensation program. He wants to be in compliance with the law and get some money for his widowed mother. Hicks said he called when the program first opened in January and followed up multiple times in the 2 months since with little response. He said he was initially told that as an executor for the state, he had to go through a different process and would be contacted within 10 business days, which came and went. Eventually, someone did contact me and said that they would send me some paperwork to fill in to presumably register for the program. That was over a month ago. Nothing arrived, Hicks said. As he waited, he watched the deadline to declare go by. Owners of any of the 2,500 banned guns and models had until March 31st to sign up if they wanted to be compensated. It just seems preposterous that they set up the program, that they want to take these things off the streets, and here I am willing, able, and wanting to participate, he said. I've tried many times, I've talked to many people, talked to my MP, and here I am the day after the program ended and still no success. Sound familiar? Sound like the Democrat Party here, doesn't it? Start a program, horribly executed. It's just nonsense, right? And now, in response to being called out, right, on one, him being called on mic, but two, this failure, he's basically proposing that now that the deadline has passed, they're going to start going door to door and taking people's firearms. Check it out.
The declaration period for firearms owners is scheduled to end next week. So far, only 2.5% of the estimated 2 million affected firearms have been declared, and 98% of firearms owners haven't made a declaration. So if they're not declaring by next week, what's your plan, Minister?
The RCMP and other agencies will be available throughout the spring and the summer to do the collection.
And you're saying that your plan is over the spring and the summer to deploy RCMP officers to go door to door to firearms owners and seize their firearms?
These are additional resources. So these are those who are off duty, those who may be retired.
I just find that very concerning that we're going to be sending police officers door to door because, frankly, many police forces across the country are refusing to participate in your program. And I think they have very good reasons to not want to participate in this program. And putting people who are no longer serving as RCMP officers going door to door. Are you not concerned about this at all, Minister?
Well, I think you may not understand the full extent of the program, Mr. Lloyd. It's not a door-to-door program. It is a mobile collection will occur. The program that we have in place is voluntary, strictly voluntary, so they're not compelled to take part in the program, although compliance with the law is not voluntary. And that, as you're aware, as of October the 31st, or 30th of this year, the amnesty that was extended expires.
So after that amnesty expires, what's your government's plan for those firearms owners that might still be in possession of these firearms?
Every police of jurisdiction will, as you're aware, need to enforce the law.
So no, we aren't going door to door. This is just a mobile. What did he say? We're just doing this mobily, right? What did he say? What was his exact words? It's just a mobile pickup. Where was that? Where was that? It was hilarious how he just tried to change the wording as if that changed what he was saying.
Concerned about this at all, Minister?
Well, I think you may not understand the full extent of the program, Mr. Lloyd. It's not a door-to-door program. It is a mobile collection.
Mobile collection. That's what he said. It's not a door-to-door program. It's just mobile collection. Sounds like the Democrat Party, right? Just changing how you word it to make it sound a lot softer and fluffier than what it actually is. Oh no, this buyback isn't mandatory. But it is mandatory to follow the law, and those guns are banned. So basically, the buyback is mandatory because by not participating in the buyback, you're breaking the law. So yeah, that is happening right across our border. They are going to start going door to door, mobile collection style, door to door, taking people's guns. And if you don't think that can happen here in America, you are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. The Democrats of today are not the Democrats of the 90s, okay? These are some far left extremists who should not be in power whatsoever. Whatsoever. And if we let them, that same thing that you just listened to will happen right here on American soil. 100%. 100%. All right? So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of encouragement to make sure that you participate in this year's midterms. All right? Y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.